Well, Mr. Ross and everybody, hello. Thank you for inviting me. I would like to welcome you to my home city, Thessaloniki. I'm sorry, apologize for not being there, but you know that Greece, our country, the Greek government is going through some challenging times due to the extreme weather conditions and natural disasters that we're facing in Thessalia. Well, I would summarize in one word: reforms. Reforms, reforms. What Greece needs is a constant, dynamic, systemic effort to reform the state, to reform the economy, to reform our social policies, to become even more targeted. Because what we know for sure is that Greece was lagging behind in many EU indicators for quite a few years. This was actually one of the reasons that led to the Greek debt crisis more than a decade ago. We went through some very difficult times, a very harsh recession, which was spiraling, and it was multiplying itself from 2010 until 2018-19. And when our government took over in 2019, we actually committed ourselves to devote all our efforts towards a dynamic, sustainable recovery of the economy, an effort to attract better and more foreign direct investment, but also to increase local domestic investments, an effort to drop an embarrassing unemployment rate, which is still quite high according to EU indicators, but it is definitely lower than the unemployment rate that we inherited. It was up to 17%, and it's close to 10%, 10.8% as we speak. An effort to increase actually the incomes and salaries, which are still very low. We know that there's a lot of pain in Greek households trying to cope with inflation and high prices. This is, of course, an international problem, but it's hitting even harder the Greek population and Greek households, because we know that the Greek disposable income is much lower than the rest of the EU. An effort also to digitize the Greek state, which was a digital laggard by EU standards back in 2019. We have made quite a substantial progress, but we're still lagging behind. An effort also to improve our justice system, our health system. The 10-year-long recession took a very painful toll on all public goods and public services because of the cuts on the expenses of the state. So what we need, as I said before, is a solid, dynamic, robust economy in order to improve and increase the spending on crucial public goods, but also do this in a fiscally responsible way, with fiscal discipline, with maintaining our solid track on closing, actually moving from a deficit to a surplus, a primary surplus. Last year it was slightly more than zero, and we aim, and we are very confident that we're going to achieve a 0.7 surplus this year, even more than that, based on the very good news that we're receiving from the tourist industry, which is going extremely well this summer. And at the same time, like I said, make an effort to consistently improve incomes, both in the private sector, but also in the public sector.